Nostalgia is a funny thing. What could resonate with one person's nostalgia feels might be meaningless to another. Being a 90s kid, there is some tunes and theme songs that bring me back. Maybe it's a tad blurry now, but there is definitely something still hitting when I hear these. And maybe, just maybe, it does you a little too. Picture this. It's Saturday night and you are just hanging out watching TV. The only light is off the tube TV. Maybe you're playing with your Ninja Turtles or your X-Men toys, and then you hear this. Instant chills, still to this day, when that eerie tune plays. Then the show comes on, and it's not half as scary as it was when I was a kid, but cool nonetheless. Theme songs will be a main focus for the most part in this video. A show I didn't get to watch as a kid, but was aware of it because it came on HBO at the time. I didn't have HBO, but commercials gave me a scared vibes, and that show was Tales from the Crypt. Everything about it just looked creepy.
From the crypt.
I'm probably not saying a whole lot new here. I think a lot of us know what this list is going to consist of. However, maybe not this one. Did you ever get a, what's the word for this feeling? Maybe dread. This sound at the end of Dragnet. Still hate it. Thinking back on it, I think that was the sound I corresponded with the weekend being over. Nick at Night would show Dragnet on Sunday nights, and that sound was basically the bell for bedtime, meaning fun's over, back to school. Speaking of Nick at Night, there's some more classics that I remember hearing as a kid, not as strongly but still reminisce a little bit. Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Good evening.
One of my favorites, The Twilight Zone. Did you ever watch some horror movies you weren't supposed to as a kid? These tunes that come to my mind that bring me back are Friday the 13th. And Halloween. Which those aren't from the 90s, and some other ones aren't from the 90s, but they still hit pretty hard when you grew up in the 90s. One I remember being freaked out by was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just something about chainsaws. I love all these sounds now, but there was that uncertain feeling or a mystery to the vibes that the songs gave off that just stick with you when you're young. The video games had some memorable sounds. The sounds of Mario or Sonic, but how about when the N64 came out and we had my personal favorite of all time, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I never had any Zelda games as a kid before this one. I had NES, but not long. It was replaced pretty quickly by a Sega Genesis. When it was time for the next generation, I chose the N64 because of WCW World Tour. Little did I know, when I was at a movie rental store, that I was about to find a world of adventure and mystery. The music still reminds me of a time of amazement and wonder. Ocarina of Time definitely left a mark on my memories from childhood, whether it be the adventurous side or a dab of the horror side. It was all fresh and exciting. I know with mentioning Are You Afraid of the Dark, you probably thought I would bring up Goosebumps. Well, you're right. It had a memorable theme. I do remember it quite well, but it wasn't a show I was very fond of. Truthfully, I can't think of a reason why other than it didn't scare me like Are You Afraid of the Dark did, which the time slot may had a lot to do with it. I was always in the basement when I was little. That was basically my second bedroom. There was a TV down there and most of the lights were off, so when 9:30 rolled around and I'm all alone and everything was dark, it freaked me out. I loved it. So Goosebumps, being a show after school, didn't really have the same effect on my adolescent brain. Do you remember when the X-Files debuted on Fox? I do, sort of. Like I said, it's a blur now, but I still somewhat remember laying in the living room floor and that creepy intro came on. Still, the chills came. Another theme that popped in my head while editing this video that really brings me back, but wasn't even a part of my childhood, is Stranger Things. It's so good that it's a sin to hit skip on Netflix. Last and definitely not least, late Friday night, you're getting sleepy, but you don't want to go to bed. It's the weekend. You want to stay up late and stretch it out as long as possible. And then this show comes on. You get mesmerized by the ghost stories and intrigued by all the stories in general when they're told to you by Robert Stack. His voice and delivery was perfect for an uneasy feeling. And then the theme, perfect. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed a listen down memory lane. Catch you next time.